Now, to finish this, it states in verses 147 and 148, and we sent him, meaning Jonah, on a mission to 100,000 or more, and they believed, so we permitted them to enjoy their life for a while. Now, there are billions of people living on the earth today. Major cities in the United States contain far more than 100,000 people. So if only 100,000 people or more are saved from Allah's destructive wrath, then we can agree that the Messiah failed in his mission to redeem humanity. Because humanity is not 100,000 people. When we speak of humanity, we speak of billions of people today. So this, of course, would mean that Allah failed. And of course, we know that this is not the reality. Allah does not fail. So we have to consider and understand this prophecy, part of it, from another angle. Now, the 100,000 or more whom Jonah saves in its fulfillment refers to the Messiah's work in producing disciples to continue the work of redeeming Allah's chosen people and humanity at large. These disciples are those who love the Honorable Louis Farrakhan and are made by Allah to devote their lives to the principles of God's redemption, which he taught them, or taught us, meaning the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Even more, Jonah's success in prefiguring the Messiah bears on the gathering of 144,000 members of the children of Israel, which is mentioned in the book of Revelation, which gives us 100,000 or more. That's what 144,000 is, 100,000 or more. Now it states, in the book of Revelation, I just love that Quran. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. There were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Now it also states in Revelation, 14th chapter, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God in the Lamb. Now, according to the Problem Book, which is a lesson in the Supreme Wisdom Lessons by Master Farrakhan Muhammad, given to us in the 1930s. The gathering of only 144,000 converts or stars is based upon a prophet's prediction that the messenger of Allah and his laborers are working to beat. Moreover, in 1956, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad presented to us another purpose for the 144,000. He states, this number in the Bible, Revelation 14:1, as being the number of the first believers in Allah, God, and his messenger. They are the first Negro converts from among the wicked to Allah, God, and his messenger, referred to as the first ripe fruit, the first of the righteous, unto God in the Lamb. In verse 4 of this same chapter, they are righteous enough, meaning ripe, to be picked out of the wicked race to be used for the purpose of squaring the nations of the earth or of earth into righteousness. After the righteous black nation has labored under the wicked rule of the devils for 6,000 years, the return to a righteous ruler under the God of righteousness, the people must be reorganized to live under such government. This number, 144,000, will be made up of all the so-called American Negroes who have been the merchandise of American whites for 400 years. This number, 144,000 so-called Negroes under the guidance of Allah, who came in the person of Master W.F. Muhammad, will cube the whole nation of black mankind into a nation of righteousness. Well, this is unfolding now. Easily seen, easily proven. Now, what is meant by cube or cubing? Since a cube is a three-dimensional geometric object, the 144,000 disciples of the Christ, they box in the original people of the earth by teaching them the knowledge of God and the knowledge of the Christ, which makes humanity involved in the forming of Allah's eternal kingdom. Now, this is affirmed in verse 9 of Revelation, in the book of Revelation, chapter 7, where the 12 tribes of Israel, each having 12,000 believers in the Christ, are named. John the Revelator continues conveying his vision after naming these tribes. He states, John stating, "After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands." So the work of the 144,000 or 100,000 or more that Jonah, who is styled as the Christ or Messiah, saves and redeems, collects the rest of humanity, is all right here in the prophecies.